Hey, hello everyone, how are you all today? So, as seen on the screen, this is the exact cost of making this wall clock, which I'm going to show you. So, this will be in two parts. This is the first part, and the total cost approximately is 1,800, and time would be around. I did not record the number of hours, but it took like 2 days, not entire 2 days, but a bit of 2 days, I could say. First, I'm using a plastic sheet to cover the tablecloth, and now I'll be showing you all the items which you require. The first is the disposable glass which you use on regular basis at homes, and make sure you use a good quality disposable glasses. Apart from that, we will also be needing colors. So I'm using two basic colors here. One of this is white acrylic color, and that is of 100 rupees, but you need only few drops, so that is okay. And then we need one color from this, and the price of alcohol colors is around 450 rupees. Now, after that, we will also be needing resin. We have the hardener and the resin, so the entire cost of this is, you can see on the screen. Apart from that, we will be also needing a silicone mold, a big silicone mold which I purchased for around 650. Now we'll start with the basic procedure. So this is the price 640. I'm really sorry, I thought it was 650, but it is 640. Now before starting this entire procedure, let me tell you the basics. So we need the silicone mold, of course, and we'll start by cleaning the silicone mold through a hand sanitizer because it has alcohol. It is very nice for cleaning. So I'm using baby wipes. A single wipe is enough, and this is a weight, like weighing scale. So you need to weight your resin and hardener. You cannot measure them according to the milliliters or liters. It would not work because I tried the same. Now we'll start the procedure by mixing all this in the disposable cups through ice cream sticks. So let's start with that. So first, let us clean the entire silicone mold so that there is no residue or nothing left in the silicone mold. It should be very clean. There should be no hair or dust or anything in the silicone mold, because once it is stick, you cannot remove it, so it would be very difficult. So I'm thoroughly cleaning my silicone mold in a very nice manner and removing any possible dust or anything which is inside the silicone mold. Now let's start the procedure by weighting the resin and the mold. So the proportion I'm using is 1:2. So I'm using the resin like 50. If I'm using resin 50, then I'll be using hardener 100. So that is how I'm using. Now use of resin or measuring of resin totally depends upon the product you're purchasing. So if you're purchasing through Amazon or Flipkart, you should be very careful and you should read the instructions properly before actually starting to measure your resin. So here I have taken 51 of the hardener part. Okay, so I'm just removing the excess, so we have only 50, exact 50. And then I would be taking the bigger bottle of around double quantity. So it is 49.92. It's completely fine. And now I'm using the resin part, so it will be double. I'll be using it till 150, so 150. You have to work very slowly and steadily so that you don't make any mistakes, because error in this portion will ruin your entire art, that is for sure, because I have done this mistake once. there can be problems while mixing. You might not have mixed it thoroughly, or there might be problems, you might have not used the correct measurement. So here, because I have used the hardener 50, I'm using this 100, so the total comes to 150, so it is 149. So the correct one is 149, and I'm just keeping apart. Now I have to, you can say, mix it for around 3 minutes. Like, it is recommended to mix it for 2.5 minutes, but I go always for 3 because I have made a mistake. I just tried to mix it very, you can say, fast, and I quickly started to use it, and ultimately after 2 days the project was totally ruined. So if you don't want that, you have to thoroughly mix it. I usually use it for 3 minutes. The entire timing of my mixing is usually 3 minutes, and you can decide your time according to the product you are using. I'm saying this again, from whenever or wherever you're choosing your product, there will be instructions. You have to follow the instructions as it is to get the results. So I'm just trying to mix it. So once the mixture is ready, we are ready to pour. But before that, I need colors. I have chosen 2 colors. The one is turquoise and the second is white. So I need a white marble finish with a turquoise color. So I'm going with those colors. You can choose any colors according to your choice. So this is a Fevicryl acrylic color. It's in white color and it's of 100 rupees, but we need only few drops. So if you have acrylic color in small quantities also, it will work perfectly fine. I'm really happy with the end result because you can experiment here. You can do whatever you like. So we have no rules like you have to do this much or that much. So if you see, there is more of turquoise rather than white. I wanted more white, but still it looks beautiful, and I'm really happy with the result, the first time result, I could say. Now we will completely dry it for 24 hours, minimum 24 hours, but according to the instructions you have to check for yourself. So this is completely dried in 24 hours. So after setting it aside for 24 hours, this is how it looks. It's very hard, and now I'm pouring one more layer of transparent resin. I'm not going to put any colors here. I'm just going to measure the resin and just put one more layer for a glossy finish. I think you should remember this trick when you have completed a resin project. To make it more glossy or shiny, you can just put a thin layer of resin on top of it so that it shines, or else you can of course use polish and other things, but this is the fastest and the easiest way to get that good permanent shine on your project. So I'm just doing the same. Not completely dry. It is like it has been half an hour since I pour the resin layer, the transparent resin layer. And now what I'm doing is I have given a deep thought of how I would like to number the clock. So I'm using seashells here because this is giving a kind of water vibe, or what you can say, oceany vibe. So I'm just using seashells so that they look like numbers. So I'm using the bigger bigger shells on the 12, 3, 6 and 9, and smaller for the other numbers. So I'm just trying to hold it at a place so that it holds a particular place and that looks nice. So I'll be going to show you the result, how it looks after. I hope you might be happy with the result, because I am. And I made a small hole, but the problem is the hole is really small, and you cannot put a clock or a machine here. So I asked for my brother's help. Ultimately I used many kinds of drills, but nothing worked. So ultimately I had to get an electric drill in my hands. Not in my hands, actually, it's my brother's. So he used it and he helped me to make a big hole so that ultimately I can fit that particular clock. And apart from this, all the other things after this particular thing, I'm going to explain you in the next video. So this is the part 1 of the project, and you'll be soon seeing the part 2 of this project, as well as how it turned out. So I'm really excited to show you the end part, but yes, you'll have to wait for that. And make sure you just comment, like if there are any questions of yours related to resin, you want to ask anything, or any of the journal query, you can just comment so that I could help you out. Take good care of yourselves, everyone. Bye.